go. Y'all know the motto, get a info, I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every other city, every city I go. From Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info, I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. Let's go.
What's going on, everybody? I'm gonna give some people time to join.
Every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info, I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every other city I go. From Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info, I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. Let's go.
What's good, everybody? You guys know today is the first day of the NFL draft. I would definitely keep you guys in tune with what's going on. We have Xavier Weaver, Derek McClendon, Noah Young, Juju. We have a lot of players that I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on. So we pretty much going to talk about the draft today. I'm going to play these few clips.
Xavier Weaver, number 10, Colorado, and a boy can fly. Watch this film. He's a lot faster than 4.5. I would say a comp, Robbie Anderson, speed-wise, where he can run, just flat out run. Robbie can run too. I think sometimes with guys this fast, they kind of just say, hey, do you.
Go.
Yeah. And so sometimes he can be put in a box. It says he can't run this route, he can't run that route. Now, I made that statement earlier with Troy Franklin, but there are routes that Troy just didn't run. What routes do some of these guys who are deemed fast guys, what routes do they run and what routes do they avoid running? I had the opportunity to talk to Coach Prime about Weaver. He said, man, he's a dog. He really is a dog.
So I think it's the sky's the limit for Xavier Weaver, specifically because, he have a lot of people behind him, as far as Coach Prime, Steve Smith are obviously one of the best wide receivers to play the game. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I can tell you guys, man, it's about the draft. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what team wants what. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it comes down to. What team wants what? You got certain teams want a certain type of wide receiver. For an example, when you think about the history of teams like the Carolina Panthers, they love the short wide receivers. But when you think about a team like the Falcons, they have a history of liking the bigger style wide receivers. What's going on, Azar White? He said, are you watching the NFL draft today? Yes, I definitely will be watching the NFL draft on the day. As I said before, I'm very excited to see obviously, in my opinion, none of these guys are going to be drafted today. I think it's only just the first round, if I'm not mistaken. So, but I do expect some of these guys to go, majority of these guys to go like around Saturday. Saturday is probably where most of these guys are going to go and get drafted. Roderick Ward has a good chance as well. I feel like Roderick Ward has a good shot, after running that 4.40 in the pro day. Xavier Weaver, I'm very excited to see what's going to happen with him. What's going on, Selma Johnson? Shout out to Selma Johnson, man. I always showing love to the channel. It's definitely appreciative for all of y'all, man, that always chime in. You know what I'm saying? That mean a lot. But I'm just talking about the draft. I ain't gonna be on here not long, no more than an hour. So I shared the link for those that want to join. Azar White says, hit the like button and subscribe for my boy Mag Dog. He the best Colorado YouTuber out there. Hey, appreciate that Appreciate that, Azar, man. I'm trying my best to, keep you guys entertained and, keep you guys updated as much as I can around Buff Nation. That's for sure. But as I said before, it's a lot of guys that I'm definitely keeping an eye on. If I had to give you guys a realistic opinion as far as who I feel like seriously will be drafted, I would probably go with Roderick Ward, Xavier Weaver, maybe in like the 7th round. Derek McLendon, I can see him going undrafted, like getting an undrafted contract. I'm also rooting for my guy Noah Young. Hey, is anyone going to be in the draft class from Colorado? Yes. So you're looking at the cover photo right now. All I think it's like 6 of these guys. All 6 of these guys going to be in the draft class from Colorado last season. But as far as the guys that really has a real good shot as far as being drafted, in my personal opinion, would be Roderick Ward, Derek McLendon, and Xavier Weaver. And I feel like those guys are going to go on Saturday. And I think Derek McLendon may go sometime like around Sunday, as far as like, that undrafted contract opportunity. Keep up the good work. I learned so much about football just by watching your channel. Yes, I definitely appreciate that, Tanita. Hope I pronounced it right. Yeah, I do my best when I'm going over these video clips, giving you guys my perspective as a former player. I spent my time playing as well. You know what I'm saying? As you guys can see on the screen. Shout out to the AI. But I spent my time having opportunities to play in front of NFL teams and stuff like that. So, obviously I'm not playing now, but I'm still able to stay around the game and try my best to, teach it as much as I can, teach you guys as much as I can, as far as the knowledge that I have, of the game and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. As I said before, the draft is tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. Let's see what we got. We got, yes, you did. Okay. Yes, because I'm not good with pronunciations, but I'll be trying to, do my best as far as that go. Why didn't Well Off Media post practice video yesterday? Why didn't Well Off Media post practice video yesterday? Because there's a good chance that they probably didn't have practice yesterday. The spring game is on Saturday. So more than likely, these guys pretty much may have had walkthroughs or something like that yesterday. We may not get a video from them until Friday or Saturday, if I'm just guessing based off of my knowledge. But it remains to be seen. But the game is Saturday, so I did see what Uncle Neely was talking about, that as far as them getting ready to close this spring and going on a little vacation for a few weeks, because football is year round. So a lot of people don't realize that it's year round. Does Prime have good replacements for the guys that's leaving to the NFL? Yes, absolutely. 100% Coach Prime has replacements for the guys that's leaving. Are you going to the spring game? Well, that's a very good question. Right now I'm trying to see. I know more like about that maybe tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna try my best to get out there. If I can, I get some live footage and stuff like that, some interviews with the players. But yeah, that's the goal. I do want to get out there to the game. So let's see.
My top 5 QBs on time. Number 1, Tom Brady. I had to go 2, Joe Montana. 3, the way he's playing right now, I have to give it to Pat Mahomes. 4, we'll go Peyton Manning. And in my top 5 all time, I had to put Michael Vick in that. I'll say my QB comp, who we got similar styles, would probably be Lamar Jackson.
What's going on, Shirley? Shirley is someone else, man, that always chiming in. I appreciate that. Alvidred says spring game going to be rainy and chilly. I don't know. Talking over 1 inch of rain here. Okay, yeah, I didn't know nothing about that. I'm glad you told me about that because that's the worst thing for me to do is go out there and it's raining. Obviously, it's not going to impact football players because they can play in any kind of weather condition. But yeah, I didn't know it was going to rain. That's something I'm gonna definitely look into because if it's going to rain, then I'm definitely won't be able to go, but I still will be able to cover the spring game for you guys. They did have practice yesterday. I was just wondering why they didn't post yesterday. Okay, well, yeah, that's a good question. That I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one right there. How many Buff players entered the NFL draft? That's a very good question. I want to say 10 plus at least. As far as entering the draft, I don't know off my head, but just to name guys that I feel like are worthy of opportunities. I know Smoke, Emma Weaver, Noah Young, Derek McClendon, Juju. I think I mentioned Smoke. Yeah, so it's about I want to say about 10, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. But of those 10, to be realistic, 3 of them if you guys was to tell me to bet how many guys that I feel like will be drafted, I would be realistic and say maybe 2. You know what I'm saying? The rest of those guys will get opportunities as far as undrafted. Jordan Dominic, okay, yes, Jordan Dominic, that's another player. You know, shout out to Patricia, man. I always showing love to the channel, man. She keep me right as well. Yeah, I forgot all about Jordan Dominic as a player. So I want to say it's at least 10. It's at least 10.
Who are your Mount Rushmores of your Wisconsin running backs?
That's so tough. That's so tough. I know. For one, I'll go Melvin, Rondane, JT. The fourth spot is definitely the hardest. I'm gonna go Monty Ball.
See, we got Can you explain thud? So what do you mean by that one? Thud. I don't know anything about that one, Tanita. Is that like something with like the draft, or what do you mean by thud? Yeah, what do you mean by thud? Mac in the house, man. What's going on, Mac? Mag Dog, Dominic, and Xavier are definitely going. I like that. I like that. I like to add Roderick Ward too, because Roderick Ward had a very good pro day. You know what I'm saying? And Derek McClendon, I feel like it's definitely at least 2, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's like maybe 3, 4. Dominic did have a good pro day as well. I forgot all about him. And then Xavier definitely going. I want to say those guys, if I was to be realistic, I would say Xavier may go around 6 or 7 round, because the wide receiver room is very, very deep. And the majority of those guys did participate at the combine. I know most teams not going to hold Xavier accountable for that, but it's just the fact that the other wide receivers had a chance to expose that in front of NFL teams, executives, GMs. I mean, there were some owners in attendance, so I do feel like Xavier Weaver still can get drafted because he made his statement as far as the pro day, but I'm not sure. I just don't know what these NFL teams thinking. Okay, so Coach Prime always called that drill thud. Now that's a good one right there. That's one where I definitely try to keep track of. I don't know what he mean on that one. Maybe it has something to do with the defense. You know what I'm saying? And if that's the case, I probably wouldn't know. But if I watch it and I see the actual drill, then I better know how to explain that one to you. But shout out to FPSD. He says means bump, hit without tackling. So there you go, right there, Tanita. Shout out to FP, man. I appreciate that. So it means bump and hit without tackling. Okay, so yeah, that's what he's saying. Thudding. So thudding means basically just, bump and hit, but don't just take the player to the ground. That's basically what that means. Mac N says, Mag Dog, how do you feel about D Mac? You think he might have a chance? Honestly, that's gonna be tough right there. If you want my honest opinion, I don't feel like I just don't see it. I could be wrong, if when we go live, because I will go live every day, what I'm saying, to keep up with the NFL draft. But if I'm wrong, I definitely will admit it. I'm rooting for him, obviously, but I just don't see him being drafted. Now, will he get a chance? To answer your question as far as a chance, because for me, a chance is still getting an opportunity. And I feel like he can get a chance as far as undrafted. But as far as draft-wise, I just don't see that happening. Thank you. Oh, yeah, you're welcome, Tanita. You're welcome. Yeah, if I don't know, I like to have guys that's in the chat, to kind of follow up and help me, because a lot of times it'd be different words being used. Because, see, Coach Prime is more, from a different era of football. So his thudding, what I'm saying? I think back then it used to be, we used to say just hit the player, but don't wrap up. You know what I'm saying? But he's just saying thudding. That's basically what that meant. Man, I know Coach Prime going to have over 20 guys in the in the 2025 draft. I will be in attendance. I'm telling you guys that right now. I will be in attendance at the 2025 draft and the scouting combine once again. I'm gonna return. I'm gonna be on the field this time because I'm doing things now. The first time I went out there, it's the first time me doing it, trying to figure out, how they actually, or how I can actually get on the field. But in 2025, I'm gonna definitely be on the field, and then I'm gonna be at the draft too, man. I'm gonna do both, because next year there's gonna be so many players on Colorado's roster that's definitely gonna be draft eligible, and they're gonna be loaded. Was his combine's numbers less than stellar? I would say it was okay. It was. What's going to hurt D Mac, in my opinion, is his numbers wasn't like Roger Ward and Derek McClendon. See, Derek McClendon and Roger Ward, their numbers stood out. You know what I'm saying? If anybody say how was the pro day, they would say Roger Ward, Derek McClendon had the best days. You know what I'm saying? So because the numbers is kind of average, you have to think about how many schools, how many players are entering the draft. So you put them all together in one entire pot is going to be hard. D-Mac had a decent year though. Yeah, he did. He did. Tanita, they trying to get at you, bruh. Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, I do agree with you. D-Mac did had a good year. Shout out to FPSD. Appreciate you for the super chat. He says Colorado players and maybe some other team players should show up to CU Pro Day and not the combine. Make the CU Pro Day the place to be. Let's go. I like that. I like that idea. Obviously, appreciate you for the super chat. My only thing is with the combine, the scouting combine has more to offer. So, like, put it like this: if I had an opportunity to go to the Pro Day for Colorado or the combine, as a former player, I want to go to the combine specifically because I'm competing in front of the top dogs. Well, around the top dogs, I'm competing against them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm showcasing my talents in front of NFL GMs, NFL owners, NFL, its own NFL network. So there's my film footage from that. Whereas a pro day, you have scouts, you have local scouts. They send out 2 pro days, but you don't see Jerry Jones at nobody pro day. You won't see Sean Payton showing up to someone's pro day too often. You may see it, but not. I don't remember if there was any like big time head coaches at Colorado's Pro Day. But if you like somebody like Xavier Weaver would have did what he did at the Pro Day, would have done that at the NFL Scouting Combine, to me it would have been more exposed because of what I'm saying right now. That I just personally feel like for some players, the NFL Scouting Combine is like night and day. You know what I'm saying? It's a hell of an opportunity. You should reach out to Well Off Media to get even more access. Yes, I have done that already. To be honest with you, I've already done that. I will say he have responded with good news as far as that go. But right now he's just so busy and tied up. But my goal with Well Off Media is to get an interview with him. You know what I'm saying, and then kind of like wing my way in with him. But yeah, I've already reached out to him. And he said he appreciate everything that I do as far as, you know, my exposure of his videos and you know, he actually liked the fact that I was out there at the NFL Scouting Combine. You know, that's when we really was communicating with each other. But yeah, I'm definitely doing that as far as reaching out to Well Off Media. You know, for sure him, because 90% of my videos is from Well Off. If Travis Shiloh and the backup quarterback and the others are only doing Colorado Pro Day next year, imagine what it'll look like. That's also true, because I think about Caleb Williams, you know, with what he did with USC. So I could see that. We're all 32 teams represented at Pro Day. Hold on. Were all 32 teams represented at Pro Day? No. That's another thing right there. Not all 32 teams was represented at Pro Day as far as Colorado, but all 32 teams represent the Scouting Combine. They all have a different section as far as, you know, at the stadium. Every single one of those teams have representatives, coaches. So you just can't, in my opinion, you just can't compare Pro Day with the Scouting Combine. Mag Dog, Nelly is looking for a writer ASAP. Email him. Okay, I'll definitely check it out. Nelly or Uncle Nelly? No, I'm not. I have a nephew that plays sports, and I like to get information on the sport. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I like that, Tanita. Shout out to Joanna Williams. Mag, do you feel the running back from Ohio State will be solid? Facts. Yes, I feel like the running back from Ohio State impacted the recent transfers as far as running backs that was on Colorado's roster. That's how good he is. And shout out to Uncle Neely. I saw in an interview on DNVR where he said the same thing that I'm saying now, as far as guys just don't want to compete. You look at the timing, and then you see Dylan Edwards leave, Alton McCaskill leave. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, without a doubt, Dallin Hayden is definitely capable of being more than solid, not just solid. Neely is looking for a writer now for Well Off. Email him. Okay, yeah, I definitely do that. Appreciate that, Mac. I definitely do that. You should ask Well Off Media if you could get an on field for the spring game. Yes, that's what that's the thing about it. See, with Colorado channels, you really just can go to like the website, and then you know, you try to do like a pass and stuff like that. But I do see what you're saying. You know, if I reach out to Well Off, it'll be a lot more easier and simple. P. Raw. A bag, Alton McCaskill committed, not sure to who, but maybe Syracuse. I feel like McCaskill moved too fast, because, you know, his pop said Alton wanted to be a running back number one. Think about it. Soon he left. A week later, that spot was wide open. Dylan Edwards left. So if you stay patient, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't understand why these guys just so easy to just get up and just go. If you build it, they will come. All 32 teams will be at Colorado if that's the only place the players next year. from Colorado, and maybe others would be. It's different, but isn't that what Coach Prime does? You have a good point. I mean, I wouldn't say that it wouldn't happen. Coach Prime may just do that. He may tell all of his guys to. I just can't see him telling them not to go to the NFL scouting combine, but he may do something like that as far as promotion, if that makes sense. Appreciate that, Jacqueline. Wasn't it ASU? I don't know. Do you think Dylan is a good all-purpose back? I just don't see it. I honestly don't see it. He have to prove me wrong. To be an all-purpose back, in my opinion, you have to have a certain size, a certain type of skill set. I feel like Dylan is a package type of running back where, you utilize his speed on the outside. He reminds me of Deuce Vaughn, Darren Sproles, Austin Eckler. Running backs that's not very big, but they are very, they know how to impact the game. And I feel like Dylan Edwards, if he would have been more patient at Colorado, I just don't see how he wouldn't have got an opportunity to be drafted on this date, or to be realistic, second, third round, because Dylan is that special. So I just can't see how his decision to leave really seriously don't make sense, in my opinion, especially listening to Uncle Neely explain the situation. It just don't make sense to me because they had packages and plays designed for Dylan Edwards. He was going to be a big part of the team as far as offensively. And then you around a Heisman candidate and Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter on the team. You got a lot of good supporting cast around you. Like, in my opinion, even if he goes somewhere like Kansas State, it's still, what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? Because Coach Prime number still is going to use him in a better way, in my opinion. Where Kansas State? I feel like he's going to go to Kansas State. Where do you think Dylan Edwards? I think Kansas State. His pops played there at Kansas State. He knows about Kansas State. They know about him. And, I know he got an offer from Kansas. Other school, I think, was Texas A&M and Nebraska. But I feel like none of those schools really fit his style. I mentioned Deuce Vaughn. He's playing for the Cowboys right now. Same body style as Dylan Edwards. So, and he was at Kansas State. So I feel like Dylan Edwards' best fit is Kansas State because of the connections he have there, as well as his playing style. Dylan had no reason to leave. Somebody offered him a bag somewhere. He was running back number one. That's possible, especially as I said before. If his pops played, if his pops played at Kansas State, you never know if the coach was like, "Look, we're gonna offer you this if you come here," because now we need this. Even though they're starting running back, that's why it's confusing to me because their starting running back is returning. So Dylan's going to be rotating. He's not going to be an every down back on Kansas State team either. So it's like, I feel like he would have played more for Coach Prime than he will be at Kansas State, but we'll see. Was ASU the team we beat? I don't know about that one. Did we beat ASU? I can't even remember. ASU. I can't even remember. Drop in the comments if we beat ASU if you guys can remember. I think somewhere closer to home. He too small. I agree. Dylan was a utility player. That's bad. He left. Facts. He didn't want to be a receiver. I honestly, if that's the case, then he don't want to play at the next level because I can't see him being an every down back in the NFL. If I feel this way as far as college, I feel this way as far as NFL. Players are even more bigger. So I feel like Dylan will play a lot of out the backfield is what we like to say. People saying Dylan is too small, yet he is bigger than Deuce Vaughn, who is in the NFL. Yeah. So I'm not saying he's too small. I'm just saying that to be an every down back. he was pocket watching. That's definitely possible. His dad kind of was the one who really got him in because he's with the Cowboys. To be honest, I can see that. I definitely can see that. That's why I say Dylan is definitely, in my opinion, if I was to bet, I would say Dylan Edwards is going to Kansas State, regardless of who offered him. Dylan has over 5 offers. Where you think Xavier Weaver going in the NFL? To be honest with you, Dunk God, because I was actually at the NFL scouting combine covering Xavier Weaver, so I saw wide receivers, as far as this year. And to be honest with you, I would say 7th round at the least. Undrafted opportunity at the most, in my personal opinion, because the wide receiver room is very, very loaded. And I know everybody is excited about his pro day and what he was able to do. But I just, being realistic, you guys know I'm very honest. I say 7th round or undrafted. But if you get an opportunity, it's not really about where you go unless you go 1st round, because 2nd through 7th all got to compete. You know what I'm saying? Nothing guaranteed. You have guys that go undrafted be better than the guys that go in the 1st round. So, but to be realistic, to answer your question, where do I think he's going as far as NFL draft go? I'm going to say 7th round at the least. Dylan could have played any position that was getting the ball, facts, including kick return and punt return. So his situation is confusing. It's either the NIL bag or it was a problem with him and somebody as far as the coach go. But we'll never know, because Dylan said some good things about Colorado. Coach Prime said some good things about Dylan. So whatever it is in-house. And it's actually good for him, unlike Kamani McLean, who was talking about click, playing for clicks and all of that. And how many offers do Kamani really ideally have? You see what I'm saying? So that stuff coaches pay attention to. Yeah, Kamani made a IG live saying everybody was mad. Not sure if he was talking about players mad at his $25K monthly pay. Yeah, that's crazy. But I can tell you, Uncle Neely said Kamani wasn't going to meetings. He said this on DNVR channel. If you guys want to go check it out, go over there and check it out. But if Uncle Neely said these things, he confirmed that Kamani wasn't going to meetings on time. Coach Prime was promising him a starting position, but he told him to, make sure you go to class, come to meetings, do it, you know what I'm saying? And say Kamani chose the opposite. So, and Uncle Neely said this, you know what I'm saying? Go watch the NVR interview about players hitting the portal. I think Dylan Edwards is on the front cover. And listen to what Uncle Neely has to say about Kamani. Okay, so we beat ASU. Mad, do you feel the Buff secondaries is solid? I feel like it's okay. It's solid. It's either solid or our wide receivers are just amazing, because our wide receivers just have their days every single practice I react to. Shout out to Sunfire Brown. I'm loving the badge. 139 people in the room. Just hit the like button if you guys don't mind. Sometimes I forget. Hello, everyone from Georgia, Loganville. I never heard of Loganville. Shout out to Sunfire Brown. Who hold 12? I don't know what you're asking on that one. Who hold 12? Are you talking about the pick? If you're talking about the pick, I have no idea about the order. Only thing I know is the Bears got the #1 pick. And that's the most I know, to be honest. Are you going to apply for Uncle Neely for writer for Well Off Media? Yeah, if it's open like you guys say it is, once I get off this live, I definitely would do that. Do you think they should keep having Hunter play both ways? Do you feel that's what caused his injury last season? Yes, they should have Hunter continue to beat Travis Hunter. He's been playing this, from my understanding, since Pee Wee football, and he's been able to have success with that. And I don't think it can change whether it's college or NFL. Do you feel that what caused the injury? No. I think injuries happen to players that get in one play and then they get the ball and they end up getting injured. It don't have anything to do with whether you playing a lot or you're not. It just was a freak accident, a dirty play, to be honest with you, a injury that shouldn't have happened last season. If you watch the play, you would know what I mean by that. So no, I don't think his playing limit is why he had got injured last season. Colorado beat Arizona State 27-24. Appreciate that, Selma. Brady was on the 7th round to, I think, 6th round. Yeah, Brady was drafted 6th round. But Brock Purdy was drafted last. And he just finished playing. Brock Purdy was drafted last, and he just came out the Super Bowl last season. So just because you go 7th round undrafted don't mean you won't have success. Did you know Kamani was on a live driving with no seat and doing things? Yes. I've been a part of this journey of what a lot of the complaints was with Kamani McLean. And yes, I seen it live where he was driving, over the speed limit and stuff like that. But that is not the problem, in my opinion. I mean, he have a right to drive his vehicle however fast he want to drive it, no seatbelt, whatever the case is. The problem for me was him not living up to the hype. The 5-star. He wasn't holding himself accountable. Going to meetings, missing meetings, schoolwork, stuff like that. And I even was told, this didn't come out of my mouth, but on Undisputed, I think Skip Bayless now was saying that he was smoking weed. I don't know about that, but that's what also been said about him. So those are the things that I have a problem with Kamani. But the Bears hold number 1. Yeah, Bears. Chicago Bears hold the first pick. Kamani forgot a valuable life lesson. Don't burn bridges. Never know when you might need them. Facts. That's facts right there, man. A lot of times we get so caught up into emotions and certain things in life, and we burn bridges with the wrong people. Because Coach Prime is somebody that care about these guys' well-being. And when you burn those type of bridges, I mean, who would say Kamani don't do good at a team or do just as good, but he don't get a lot of NFL looks? But Coach Prime has a connection with a certain scout. Now you want to call Coach Prime after saying what you're saying as far as live. I've always been told you never burn bridges, even in jobs and corporate jobs. When they fire you or they lay you off, I say that, you still want to be respectful because you never know if you're going to run across that person again or you may need that person. I don't know about that question. Kamani been a disappointment. He definitely needs to stay off social media. I think it is making his chances worse. Facts. I would agree. I do think that the more you stay on social media and you do say negative stuff, I do think that it's not a good thing. It's not a good look. Kamani, that young man has no respect for authority. I'm retired from the Department of Corrections. There's a lot of people that have thrown their life away because they don't respect authority. Yeah, unfortunately, that happens. You have a lot of NFL players that's sitting behind bars. You know what I'm saying? Not to say he's that bad, but I will say you have a lot of people that's not on NFL rosters as we speak that just as good as the guys that's about to be drafted tonight in the first round. But it's because, they wasn't holding themselves accountable. They want things given to them. And they have talent that's just as good as who we be celebrating when we watching these games. Shout out to Roderick Williams. To be honest, I'm someone that has the talent or has had the talent. But for me, it was patience. I wasn't as patient during my journey. You know what I'm saying? So you always have guys that can play. And a lot of times I think these guys don't take advantage of the opportunity, though. Like, that's the problem. Shout out to C Live Nelson. Hi, bro. This is C Live Nelson from South America. Oh, that's dope, man. I love South America. Keep the good work up. I appreciate that 1000%. Yeah, I love South America, Sea Live, especially when I like to travel. Where Michigan quarterback go? I'm unsure about that one. That's the immaturity in him. Facts. That's facts right there, Joanna. You know, you have everything. I mean, it's just he's gonna have to grow up. Regardless of where he goes, it's gonna be the same problem. It's gonna be the same issue. These guys run away from into the same problem.
It's Malik Neighbors, and it's time to know your neighbor.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Singing in front of your teammates or dancing in front of your
Dancing.
Beach or mountains?
I'm gonna say mountains. I've been to the beach a lot.
Be invisible or be able to fly?
Being able to fly.
Go back in time or go forward in time?
Go back in time.
Squabble or gritty?
Gritty.
Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes?
Tom Brady.
Break Puka's record or get Rookie of the Year?
Rookie of the year. Me and Jaden got a bet.
Xavier Weaver, number 10, Colorado. And the boy can fly. Watch this film. He's a lot faster than 4.5. I would say a comp, Robbie Anderson, speed-wise, where he can run, just flat out run. Robbie can run too. I think sometimes with guys this fast, they kind of just say, hey, do you.
Go.
Yeah. And so sometimes he can be put in a box that says he can't run this route, he can't run that route. Now, I made that statement earlier with Troy Franklin, but there are routes that Troy just didn't run. What routes do some of these guys who are deemed fast guys, what routes do they run and what routes do they avoid running? I had the opportunity to talk to Coach Prime about Weaver. He said, man, he's a dog. He really is a dog.
Those birds are chirping today. Yeah, they is. And every time, it's a nest, it's like literally a nest up here. And every time I take it down, like within a week, less than a week, it's back up, man. It's crazy. I'm going to just allow the narratives to be just that. Narratives at the end of the day, I don't know what is happening with Kamani and his situation. Good luck to Weaver. Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. But as fans, we pretty much try to keep up with news and we only can go off what we hear. But I do see what you're saying. Some people just want to keep it as it is. But that's what makes football very special is the news.
Who are your Mount Rushmores of your Wisconsin running backs?
That's so tough. I know. For one, I'll go Melvin. Rondane, JT. The fourth spot is definitely the hardest. I'm gonna go Monty Ball.
I wish nothing but the best for Weaver. Facts. Me too. I want to see Weaver get drafted. You know what I'm saying? Especially for being the only player to be invited to the combine. That was huge. And I do feel like Xavier Weaver has the talent. Skip is sketchy. C Live says, yes, bro, I love American football. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Where from South America are you from, C Live? Or Clive? Jimmy just did a press conference. I haven't watched it yet because I'm watching Magdog. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that. Jimmy just did a press conference, right? Weaver is going to Chicago. I like Weaver to go somewhere like the Chiefs, Cowboys. But we'll see. Oh, Guyana. Okay, that's dope, man. Much love. That's much love right there. That's love. Shout out to J&J. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely check out that live with Jimmy. I want him to come to my team, the 49ers. Ooh, oh, that would be nice. Xavier with the 49ers. But I just think y'all have so many wide receivers, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk. But I do feel like his playing style could fit y'all. Weaver going to New England. New England is a team that's known to get players like, that fall under the radar. So I can't say he wouldn't. I can see him at New England as well. Wherever he go, I feel like he's going to do good. Wherever he go, I feel like he's going to do good, man. But that's what I want to do pretty much, just talk to y'all about the draft. As I said before, the draft is at 8 p.m. Eastern. Weaver will be dangerous with the Dolphins, with Tyreek Hill. Oh, yeah. Giants will welcome him. Yes, the Giants too. Don't forget the thumbs up. Yeah, appreciate that, Sunfire Brown. Yeah, on y'all way out, man. Hit the like button. Definitely appreciate y'all for chiming in and everything. I like the Jacksonville Jags. I'm looking forward to your commentary on the draft. Oh yeah, facts. So I definitely will cover the draft. The first round, as I said before, I'm already knowing we ain't gonna have anybody to go tonight, but I'm still gonna make some NFL draft commentary after the first round draft, and all the way up until we get our first player to be drafted. So I appreciate you guys for chiming in. On y'all way out, just hit the like button if you don't mind. I'm gonna replay all of these clips. We're gonna get up out of here, man. Shout out to the AI, as I said before. If you guys ever question, my knowledge for the game, you guys can see right here, man. I definitely had my opportunity fair and share. Good luck to the Colorado Buffaloes. There's a lot of guys that they worked their whole life for that opportunity, and I wish them all success. See you guys later. Peace.
My top 5 QBs all time, number 1, Tom Brady. I had to go 2, Joe Montana. 3, the way he's playing right now, I had to give it to Pat Mahomes. 4, we'll go Peyton Manning. And in my top 5 all time, I had to put Michael Vick in that. I would say my QB comp, who we got similar styles, would probably be Lamar Jackson.
Who are your Mount Rushmores of your Wisconsin running backs?
That's so tough. I know, for one, I'll go Melvin, Rondane, JT. The fourth spot is definitely the hardest. I'm going to go Monty Ball.
It's Malik Neighbors, and it's time to know your neighbor.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Singing in front of your teammates or dancing in front of your
Dancing.
Beach or mountains?
I'm going to say mountains. I've been to the beach a lot.
Be invisible or be able to fly?
Being able to fly.
Go back in time or go forward in time?
Go back in time.
Squabble or gritty?
Gritty.
Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes?
Tom Brady.
Break Puka's record or get Rookie of the Year?
Rookie of the Year, me and Jaden got a bet.
Xavier Weaver, number 10, Colorado. And the boy can fly. Watch this film. He's a lot faster than 4 or 5. I would say a comp, Robbie Anderson, speed-wise, where he can run, just flat out run. Robbie can run too. I think sometimes with guys this fast, they kind of just say, hey, do you
go?
Yeah, and so sometimes he can be put in a box that says he can't run this route, he can't run that route. Now I made that statement earlier with Troy Franklin, but there are routes that Troy just didn't run. What routes do some of these guys who are deemed fast guys? What routes do they run, and what routes do they avoid running? I had the opportunity to talk to Coach Prime about Weaver. He said, man, he's a dog. He really is a